Check this out. Check it. Gingerbread man getting his head ripped off. Pretty badass sweater, right? I know it's not December yet, but it's the holiday season. You know, Thanksgiving already passed. It's Christmas time. And I also needed a really shitty transition and a reason to mention I'm going to be doing a holiday live stream. I'm going to be going live on December 16th at 1 p.m. Pacific time or 4 p.m. Eastern time. I've got a lot of stuff planned. I'm going to be doing a lot of channel announcements, guests, giveaway, which is the biggest part that I'll touch on in a second. But it's just kind of like a community thing. I've got a lot of announcements that I want to do just to close out the year. Super excited. Make sure you tune in. And as for the giveaway, I'm going to be giving away a jersey. So any jersey that you want, think of it right now, boom, you have a chance at winning that jersey in this giveaway. The rules for the giveaway are, like the video or the short that I will be putting out soon, comment the player or team of the jersey that you want, color and everything, and then be subscribed to the channel. That's all the rules are. Pretty simple, and you have a chance of winning a free jersey. I'm going to be announcing the winner on the live stream. And but yeah, so with all that covered, let's get into today's video, which is Week 13 predictions. Let's go. So starting out with the Thursday night game, we have the Seahawks and the Cowboys. The Seahawks have been struggling a bit on offense, aside from going off on the notoriously bad Commanders defense. And on offense, like I said, they're struggling. Defense, a little bit better, but offense is you got to put up points to win, and they've been at a lack of those quite recently. And the Cowboys defense, they've been playing great all year, especially, Deron Bland, 12 weeks in, has the pick record. They've been great all season. Their offense is clicking, so I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one. Next, we have the Colts and the Titans to kick off our Sunday slate. The Colts are quietly 6-5 right now. It's actually kind of surprising that, they could be a playoff team with Gardner Minshew at quarterback. And, they don't have the greatest defense in the world, but they're still above 500. Their offense has been pretty productive all year, and the Titans haven't. And what it comes down to, again, is putting up more points, and I just think I'm more comfortable with taking the winning team, the team that has the better offense. So give me the Colts. And then next we have the Saints and the Lions. Honestly, I'm just tired of even talking about the Saints. I'm tired of watching their games. I'm just tired of the Saints. Sure, the Lions defense hasn't been playing the greatest in the last few weeks, but the Saints offense is just, what is going on? I mean, I'm a huge Derek Carr fan. He's from my hometown. I loved him on the Raiders. I was always coming to his defense, but I just can't anymore. And maybe they got to move to Jameis Winston. But what's going on in New Orleans, it's not it, and it's not right. They got to change something. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's exactly what the Saints are doing. And I have absolutely no confidence in the Saints to win, despite being at home, despite playing a Lions team that is struggling on defense. But this Lions team is still 8-3. So I am easily going to pick the Lions. I kind of wanted to lock them up. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, but I'm taking the Lions.
Eat shit, Derek.
Next, we have the Broncos and the Texans. Both these teams are kind of riding a wave of momentum. The Texans, obviously, they lost their last game to the Jags, but the Broncos are on a 5-game, 6-game win streak and look like a whole different team. They allowed 70 points against the Dolphins, but they've only allowed 80 points total in the last 5 weeks. Sean Payton is cooking something up. He stepped in the kitchen for Russ, and he started cooking. But honestly, this is kind of a coin flip. I mean, despite the Broncos being on this tear, I don't think that they're, absolutely amazing. I think that they're about on the same level as the Texans right now. And, Texans and CJ Stroud, although CJ Stroud wasn't perfect a couple weeks ago, he bounced back last game, had 300 yards, no picks. So it's a coin flip for me, really. And coin flip led me to take the Broncos. And they are not favored. This could be an upset of the week, but I'm not going to take an upset of the week that I had to flip a coin on, so I'm just going to take the Broncos. And next, we have the Chargers and the Patriots. The Chargers' defense is so bad this year. The offense, while obviously better and not like a slouch, but they haven't been doing that much to help out. They've been outgained in almost all of their games this year, but they're playing an awful offense in the Patriots, whether it's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi. I mean, Bailey Zappi came in and threw straight into triple coverage.
I'll just fucking
when he subbed in for Mac Jones. So there's no hope for them this season, and the only way maybe for them to be productive is Ramondre Stevenson on the ground, but the Chargers defense on the ground is not as terrible as their secondary. Not to say that's some kind of impressive feat, but but I'm still going to take the Chargers here pretty comfortably. But there's always a chance that they charger and lose. Fire Brandon Staley. Next, we have the Falcons and the Jets. The Jets have not scored over 13 points in the last 6 weeks. That's not good. The Falcons' defense is decent. I know they got a pick 6 last week against Derek Carr, but that was a great play by Jesse Bates, of course, but that was not a great throw by Derek Carr. And you know who can make those throws equally as bad? Zach Wilson or Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle got a Hail Mary taken back on a house call. So I'm going to take the Falcons here. There's no reason for me to even want to pick the Jets besides maybe their defense, but they're actually using their weapons like they should. At least for Bijan, they're using him how he should. And I think Drake London scored 2 last game, so give me the Falcons. Next, we have the Cardinals and the Steelers. The Steelers have held teams to 20 or lower in every game since week 4. We're heading into week 13. That's pretty good. And they fired Matt Canada, and they got 400 yards last game. Am I praising the Steelers right now? I did not think I would be in this position this season at least. But I really, with that, I have a lot more good things to say about the Steelers than I do the Cardinals. And really, I'm not even going to talk about the Cardinals. I'm taking the Steelers in this one. Then next, we have Miami and Washington. And this is going to be a short one, too. Miami, second best offense in terms of points scored, first in yards. And they are going against one of the worst passing defenses in the Commanders. I feel like this is a common trend every week where I note how bad the Commanders' defense is. But those are literally polar opposites, and they're combining for a recipe to where the Dolphins are going to win this game. And not only are they going to win, it's going to be a boat race, and I'm going to lock them up. Lock of the week. Next, we have Carolina and Tampa Bay, and watching NFC South games is like watching paint dry. Except it's not the Saints, so it might be a little bit more entertaining. However, it is the Panthers, so maybe I'm wrong. Dude, this camera. I got a new camera, and it just keeps unfocusing and focusing. I'm no tech wizard when it comes to cameras. I'm a little new at this, so give me a break here. Frank Reich got fired. I don't think he should have been hired anyway, and they fired him too late, but at least they did it. And the Bucs, they're just a better team. They're a better team than the Panthers. Panthers have a bad O-line. Bucs are a highly blitzing team. I think they're the 3rd highest in total blitzes this season. So another recipe Another recipe for another Florida team to succeed, but give me the Bucs here. Next, we have game of the week, 100%, the most highly anticipated game of the week, and that is the 49ers and the Eagles. Eagles fans are on their high horse right now. I've been seeing a lot of back and forth between these two, and I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of either of these franchises' fans because they're a little bit spoiled in the last few years, and the Eagles want to play the underdog complex so bad. They're not underdogs anymore. They're the overdogs. Speaking of which, segues right into this. 49ers have a lot of weapons. You can make all these memes about Brock Purdy saying that he's not a great quarterback without his weapons, but he has the weapons in this game, and Philly's secondary has been a weak point this season. So I'm going to take the 49ers in the upset of the week. Philly fans, you can come after me, I know, but give me the 49ers. Next, we have the Browns and the Rams. Joe Flacco might start. Joe Flacco might be starting a game in 2023. Not for the Ravens, not for the Jets, not for the Broncos, for the Cleveland Browns. From Deshaun Watson, P.J. Walker, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, fourth string Joe Flacco. That's ridiculous. So they're having some struggles at the QB spot due to injuries. But the Rams offense has been heating up, especially with Kyron Williams back last game. It was a bloodbath in Arizona. I would hate to be playing anybody in fantasy who has Kyron Williams. But the Rams coming off a couple decent wins, impressive wins, and their offense is heating up, so give me the Rams. Then Sunday night, the Chiefs and the Packers. I kind of like Green Bay here. I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's a little bit of recency bias because of their performance on Thanksgiving against the Lions. And of course, it was a waxing gibbous moon. Let's just make sure we acknowledge that. You know, that's the kryptonite to the Lions on Thanksgiving. 0-13. But Jordan Love looked really good. And it's not just because, you know, maybe the Lions defense is struggling. He was putting passes on the money. Him and Christian Watson were tearing it up that game. But that KC defense is a lot better than the Lions defense at this point. And I just don't know if I can pick against the Chiefs in the later part of the season. When it hits November, December time, you don't want to play in Lambeau, but you also don't want to pick against the Chiefs. So I am going to take the Chiefs in this one. And then we have Monday Night Football, the Bengals and the Jags. And this game would be really fun if Joe Burrow was playing, but he's not. Not to hate on Jake Browning. He wasn't bad. He wasn't terrible in his start against, who they play last week? The Steelers. They did only put up 10 points, though. And again, you got to score more points to win a game in any game, unless it's golf. You know, I score the most points in golf, baby. Let's go. But Jacksonville's balling on offense. I wish they would use Travis Etienne a little bit more so it would help out my fantasy team in a couple leagues, but coaches don't care about our fantasy teams, and that's okay. I just would really appreciate it. And I just think that Jacksonville's offense is going to be too much. They don't have Joe Burrow, and their offense was already a struggle. Like I said in the last week's video, the offense was struggling already. So just give me the Jags. Well, that's going to do it for this week's predictions. Make sure you tune in to the live stream. Saturday, December 16th, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Get in that giveaway, guys. I'm telling you. Who doesn't like free shit? And not only is it free shit, I know you guys like sports. You like football. That's all I talk about. Get yourself a free jersey. Come on. And then you'll see some more channel announcements if you're a regular viewer of the channel. Or you might find some shit that you like. Stay tuned. Join the stream. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys there. But until the next video, I'll see you later.